Welcome to WOWT NBC Omaha, your home for news, weather, and sports. This is WOWT 6 News, live at 5.
Happening locally live at 5, rescue crews continue to search the Missouri River. This after a 17-year-old Adrian Boatman never came up after jumping into the river last night.
Meanwhile, family members are waiting for word from officials. The search began last night around 7 o'clock. After that, 17-year-old male, who was on a sandbar with his family at the time, jumped into the river and never resurfaced. John Chapman has been out on the river, which many are deeming extremely dangerous right now.
People who spend time out here on the Missouri say the river can run pretty fast and there's debris in the water. For decades, Tom Meyer and his friends have spent time on the Missouri. They have a lot of respect for this unpredictable river.
Yeah, you have to take things serious. It's the water moves very fast, and there's all kinds of funny currents and undertows, and you should always have a life jacket on when you get in the water, for sure.
When Tom and his friends go boating, they stay out of the water. They know it's dangerous. And for those who do jump in, they know you really have to take precautions.
Well, we just stay off the center sandbars. You don't want to be on there at all. And like Kenny said, anytime you're in the water, you got to put a life jacket on. The river's moving at least 7 miles an hour, so it doesn't take nothing to get you down out of reach from any boat at any time.
Greg Wagner is with the Nebraska Game and Parks. Wagner says the Missouri River is not a good place to take a swim.
It can change overnight as far as depth and current and everything else. A lot of debris, a lot of high water with the rainfall that we've had. Not a good river to swim in at all.
Tom and his friends will continue to enjoy the river, but they will enjoy it from their boat. With photographer Mike Plews, John Chapman, WOWT 6 News.
The name of the missing teen has just been released. He is 17-year-old Adrian Boatman. He was last seen just before 7 p.m. last night.
2 suspects are still at large after a holdup at the American National Bank in La Vista this morning.
Employees reported 2 armed men had entered the bank and demanded cash before making off with it. At one point, a suspect was believed to have been running from the location, possibly into the basement of a golf course clubhouse. The course was evacuated and the city pool was on lockdown while authorities searched the place. So far, no arrests have been made. A man is killed this morning after a dump truck blows through a red light.
It happened about 9 this morning at 171st and West Maple Road. Omaha police tell us that the driver of a dump truck, 59-year-old Ronald Newts, ran the red light, striking a small SUV driven by Noel Lammers. Lammers died as a result. He was 75 years old. The truck driver was not hurt. Investigators are still sorting things out to determine what charges, if any, will apply.
Breaking news out of Germany, at least 8 people are killed, more wounded in a shooting at a large shopping center in Munich. This is all coming from German authorities who said this could very well be a terror attack. Witnesses reported seeing 3 people with guns. The attack appears to have begun at a McDonald's restaurant, which is attached to the mall. The shooter, or shooters, are believed to have made their way into the shopping center. A manhunt is now underway all across Munich. The city's public transportation system has since been shut down. We'll note that this is the second attack in Germany in less than a week.
Southwest Airlines says it canceled more than 250 flights this morning. That's in addition to the 1,600 flights canceled Wednesday and Thursday. Those cancellations stem from the airline's massive computer outage on Wednesday. The airline says it has fixed the computer problem, but it now needs to reposition flight crews. As passengers try to rebook, Southwest says hold times are much longer than average. The airline says passenger rebooking has been extended through next Tuesday. Zoos all across the country are celebrating their zookeepers.
Here at Omaha's Henry Dorley, some special events to mark the occasion. Kelly Conley has more from the main event.
You're going to be tied together. You're going to run down, catch an escaped animal.
It was an opportunity to get close to your coworker.
And we're similar in size, I guess.
And compete against your friends.
Come on!
It's the 5th annual Zookeeper Olympics at the Henry Dorley Zoo.
Several of our keepers here put together all kinds of funny events that sort of mimic some of the things they do on a daily basis or mimic some of the animals.
Moving shovels full of wood chips, just one event that got contestants' blood boiling. Heather Bisnock says things got heated out there.
I think we picked some zookeeper bed.
This guy might disagree.
This is the trophy that we got for first place the first year. This is from last year and this is from the year before.
Brian Wisney's team won 3 of the first 4 years. Their secret?
Teamwork. That's all it comes down to is teamwork.
With all the zookeepers competing in the Olympics, it makes you wonder, who's watching the animals?
We do kind of maybe pick straws, or we do rock, paper, scissors to decide, because everybody wants to come down and compete, but the animals do need to be taken care of as well. So there are some of those that did have to sacrifice.
24 hours a day, 365 days a year. These zookeepers take care of the animals. Today was their day.
And the animals don't go away, and so to honor them for all the work they do, it's really been a nice thing, and it's nice that the zoo feels it's important as well.
Because there's no better feeling than having bragging rights for another year. Yeah! With producer Roger Hamer, Kelly Connolly, WOWT 6 News.
Today's games mark the end of National Zookeeper Week. And even though it was hot again today, the zoo still averages 8,000 to 9,000 visitors. Incidentally, Ryan Wisney's reign of titles came to an end. Heather Bizak's team is this year's champions.
Now let's see what's happening on our streets. New information emerging on an attempted robbery in northwest Omaha. It happened at the KFC near 132nd and West Maple around 10:30 Wednesday night. 2 employees say they were approached by a man near the back door of the restaurant. The suspect has his right hand in his pocket and states he has a gun. He pats down the 2 men but doesn't take anything from them. The man then takes off on foot and is picked up by a getaway driver in a nearby parking lot. One man, 27-year-old Jonathan Phillips, was arrested. A suspect is in custody following an overnight high-speed motorcycle chase. Nebraska State troopers tried to pull over the rider near 204th and Dodge around 11:30 Thursday night when he took off. That rider led troopers through western Douglas County, hitting speeds over 100 miles per hour. He eventually ditched the bike near a downtown Elkhorn restaurant and was quickly arrested. Authorities said it was not initially clear why he tried to run or what charges he'll be facing. 2 men have been arrested for a robbery at the Buc-ee's Express in Council Bluffs earlier this month. Kayvon Barry Smith and Kintraw Watkins are being charged not just with first-degree robbery, but attempted murder. On July 1st, the 2 men enter the Buc-ee's Express on Madison Ave. One of the suspects points a pistol at the clerk and demands money from the register. The suspect is handed an undetermined amount of cash. As they exit the store, a suspect fires 1 shot toward the clerk.
In tonight's Family Health, health officials in Florida are looking at a possible second case of non-travel related Zika. Now the investigation is ongoing, but neither of the infected patients appear to have traveled to a Zika-infected country. It's not believed that these cases were sexually transmitted. Officials are now trapping mosquitoes in the area to see if they indeed are carrying the virus. Side note here, there are more than 1,400 confirmed Zika cases in the United States. 400 of those patients are pregnant women. Quitting smoking may also help you curb alcohol use. That's the word from English researchers who found people who tried to stop smoking within the last week drank less alcohol and were less likely to binge drink than smokers not trying to quit. It's not clear yet if recent quitters drank less to avoid a relapse or if people who drink less are more likely to put down the cigarettes. And finally, in family health, with so many food items branded as healthy, it can be a challenge to decide what's really good for you. So how do you know what to avoid? You may be tempted to order a salad at a fast food restaurant, but do think twice. Toppings like croutons, nuts, and that calorie-laden dressing can really add up. Don't be so quick to grab veggie chips either. The veggies are cut thin and processed, removing much of the nutritional value. And fruit cocktails, along with fat-free yogurt, are often high in sugar. The best advice here, always check the label. Still ahead in this live broadcast, AC units are putting in overtime. It's another day of excessive heat.
Taking a look through our J. Moore City Cam at 72nd and I-80, traffic is moving at a brisk pace, a pleasant sight to see in this heat. And coming up in 2 minutes, the Republican convention finished up last night. Now attention turns to Democrats preparing for their national convention next week. And this reminder, all of our newscasts are streamed live to your tablet, smartphone, and computer. Just click on the link on our homepage. This is WOWT 6 News, live at 5.